Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Hardcore Minecraft. It may look like I'm recording this intro from the entrance of my base, but I'm not, because I recorded a 3-hour building session, including an intro, while muted, and I didn't even realize. And actually, I started recording this, thinking that I was recording, and I wasn't even recording. And then as soon as I started recording, I was muted the whole time. So, this is me from the future. I'm doing a voiceover right now. The plan for today's episode, we are doing a big building process today. We are getting a lot done. I want this entire entrance done by the end of today's episode. I started working on the walls, and then obviously I was not recording, so there's a little bit more progress done already, but we are going to kick things off at the beginning of this episode with a time lapse of me working on the walls because I wasn't recording. Thankfully I had flashback running though, so here is all the progress that I did while I was supposed to be recording but wasn't. Okay, so future me here again. I have been having a lot of technical issues today while editing this video. I realized that there was some sort of issue with my microphone and OBS, my recording software, and literally none of the audio that I was recording saved in any of my clips for this episode. So this episode is probably going to be released a day late because I'm gonna record some new clips and it's honestly gonna be a lot of voiceovers and time lapses. Thankfully, I think I fixed the problem. I genuinely do not know what happened. There was just some sort of disconnect, and for some reason, it just stopped recording any of the audio, and I just unfortunately did not notice. Anyways, we are at the point with the walls. I wanted to get all of the towers done, and I have all of the walls on both sides here and here up to the same point. This is one of the only things that I didn't end up finishing in this episode is the exterior walls, and then same with the connection to the roof here. Later on, we are going to work on the roof and the interior walls, but I'm probably going to do this little corner section up here off camera at some point. Oh no, I forgot to wax this one. Anyways, it's okay. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at with the walls. Again, I am extremely sorry about all the technical issues, and if this episode is a little chaotic and messy, that's why. So thank you for being understanding. Alright, the next thing that we are going to be working on is the interior walls. I'm actually so sad that I lost the audio for this because this has been one of the biggest building projects that I've done for the base so far, and I was so excited to do it, and I think it turned out amazing, so I'm very sorry that I don't have the audio for it. But we are doing the interior walls. I wanted to do some sort of frog-themed mural decoration statement piece for these walls, and this is what I came up with. I wanted to include all 3 of the different colored frogs, and I'm so in love with the way it turned out. I think it looks amazing. I still need to get the colored glass in for the sections of the farm and the side sections next to the frogs, which we're not going to get to today, but once we do get them in, I think it's going to look amazing. I continued the building by adding on the roof. I really wanted to try and get as much of this done as possible. Once again, I apologize there's no audio, which is kind of why I'm just speeding through this, so that way I can cut back to the present time and actually start talking about it without spoiling anything. But yeah, pretty simple. It's, nothing special about the roof. I just connected them all up, and there we have it. Alright, moving into the last part of today's build progress is this chandelier. I really wanted some sort of big statement light fixture in the middle of the room to light everything up and tie it all together. And so I wanted something that was very natural that fit with our theme of like swamp. So I used a lot of moss, green glass. I used the glow berries as some of the main lighting. I also used some of the spore blossoms and the firefly bushes to add all of the particles, as well as the drip leaves and the moss. And I think it looks amazing. I also used the copper lantern, so once those oxidize, they'll be green and it'll match. And I just think it ties the whole room together, and it was the perfect addition for this main entrance. Alright guys, I'm back in my hardcore world. As you can see, I do have shaders on because I really wanted to get a look at this entryway with the shaders, and I am so obsessed with the way it turns out. The chandelier and the particles and the frogs with the rim lighting. Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. Once we get some lighting in these farms with the colored glass, it's going to just oh, it's gonna be amazing. I do apologize for speeding through all of the building this episode. All of those clips were actually intended to be a full episode. Um, but as I explained earlier with all of my tech issues, I just was having issues with my microphone and OBS, and so I wasn't able to get any of the audio, and that's why this episode might be a little bit late. I'm not sure yet, but I'm gonna have to record some new clips and figure out what I want to do with the rest of the episode because I basically lost like 3/4 of the content that I'd planned on using. Um, yeah, maybe I might try and finish the exterior walls. I don't know. I did so much building already for this episode that I'm like burnt out of just building and I want to do something else, even though this episode was just supposed to be about building. I might try and sneak a spider farm in just because I really need string for farms and for scaffolding, so I might go ahead and do that. Or you know what? Maybe we'll just add the glass today. You know what? I think that might be a good idea. I think I'm gonna go collect some dye and try and get the glass in to finish up out here and what this is gonna look like. I think that might be a good idea for the rest of the episode. If I'm still looking for stuff to do, then we'll throw in the spider farm. But yeah, I think we're gonna go try and find some glass. So again, thank you for bearing with me through this episode. It's been crazy. So anyways, let's go get some glass. Ah, no, okay. Had enough bad luck this episode. Dying is not on my to-do list today. Okay, so I have some glass. I have more smelting down there. I'm just waiting for the villagers to reset their trades. So while we are waiting, I'm gonna put a list of the different colored dyes that we need on the screen, starting with, I believe, oh no, I don't need lime. Wait a minute. Thought I needed lime, but I guess I don't. I think we're gonna start with yellow. All right, well that should get me all the yellow dye that I need. Look at that. Oh my gosh, okay, this is like my first time actually using this. Alright, let's get some pink going. Perfect. And I'm also going to need magenta. And I do need purple, but that's gonna be, and blue, which is gonna be the hard one to get. So I'll do red because I can make purple with red and blue. It's just gonna be the blue dye that's gonna be a bit tricky, I think. Anyways, this should make me a lot of dye. for most of the colors anyways. Alright, now let's get the red in there. Alright, I think that'll be good for these colors. Let me just... Oh yeah, that'll be plenty. Okay, that's good. So... Now, the hard part, I just need the blue dye. Now, the two ways I'm thinking currently about getting blue dye, I could either use lapis, which I don't really want to do, or I could use, oh, that was annoying. I could use cornflowers, which is like the cheapest option. Now, I think, oh, it's nighttime. Now, I think I mentioned this in a previous episode that there is a way to get like a flower farm in a flower forest. If there's a flower forest nearby and it has like a section with like the blue cornflowers in it, you can bone meal that grass to get the blue dye. However, the only flower forest near me is right here, and there are no sections of cornflowers like with the blue flowers. It's all red and yellow. You see these like chunks with like the different colored flowers in it? Yeah, so if I bone meal this chunk, I'm only going to get that color flower. And so if I was lucky and there were blue flowers here, then that wouldn't be a problem. However, I was not lucky, and none of these sections have cornflowers. So I am going to see if there's any other flower forests like within close enough range. If not, I think I heard something about verticality in the flower forests. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research. Worst case scenario, I might just set up a flower farm in like a plains biome because I know you can get the cornflowers from bone mealing in the plains biome. They're just not gonna be as like, I guess, productive, or like it's not gonna make as many as it would if I had a flower forest chunk, but yeah, anyways. So I'm gonna fly around for a little bit and see what I can find. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to do some research. Alright, I'm not seeing any other flower forests in the area, so I'm gonna head back to the base really quickly. I'm gonna get some bone meal, and I'm going to do a little research. Ooh, and I need to top off my rockets, too. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I cannot find anything online about what I'm talking about, so I'm just gonna go underground in the flower forest and see if I can figure something out, because I swear I heard something a while ago that like the chunks for like the flower variants to spawn or whatever, they like go underground too. So like up above, there's like a certain distance away, there's like a new type of flower that spawns, and then that also applies underground. So if I go further underground, I could get different types. No idea if that's true or not. So I'm gonna go over here and test it. I didn't bring any torches. Okay, that's good. That's so great. Anyways, let's go test this out. I could be 100% wrong, but it's fine. We're gonna try it. So, I need content for this video anyways, so I might as well do it. Now, I don't actually know how deep I need to go either. I guess I'm just gonna... Okay, these are white. What was the color up here? I don't actually know. Okay, well, those are different flowers. than the one spawning in this chunk. Okay, maybe that's correct. Maybe it's right. Let me just dig a little bit over in each direction and see what we get. Again, I don't know how far I need to dig, so we're just guessing. If anyone is using this as a tutorial, I apologize because I don't know what I'm doing, but I am just desperate for blue cornflowers at this point. All right, let's see. Okay, wait, that's different, right? It is. Okay. So what? That's true. This is true. Because these are orange. Again, not the color. How many blocks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Okay, let's go in this direction. Okay, that's orange. What's above it? I think purple? Okay, that's a little bit annoying that we got orange twice, but it's okay. It's still different. Oh, pink. Come on. No, white. Orange again? Okay, maybe we're too close. Hold on. Okay. Blue, please. 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 Red, no! That is not what I need. And there may be more efficient ways for me to get a lot of blue dye right now. However, I am trying to invest a little bit of time into this for the future because this is not the only time I'm going to need blue dye. So I might as well just put the work in now to find, you know, something that'll be efficient later down the road. White, no! Hey guys, future me here again. I did this for a while and I was really hoping to get the blue cornflower quickly. Unfortunately, it just didn't end up happening. I did this for a while and even though I was getting different flower variants than what was above it, and I may come back again someday and try to go even deeper and try to do it again, but unfortunately I was just really running out of time for this episode. I really needed to get it out. It's already a day late, and so I kind of just had to give up. I ended up just deciding to use lapis for the blue dye for this project, as this project in particular wasn't like super huge, so I didn't need a ton of dye for it. So as a temporary solution, lapis was pretty much my best answer. But yeah, unfortunately we didn't get the cornflower, so yeah, this was kind of just a waste of time at this point. But we did learn that you can get new flower variants underground, so I guess not a total waste of time. Yep, nothing. Alright, well, I'm done. I am done. I got some lapis, so we'll use that for the blue dye. I will probably come back and try to do this again off camera, but I just cannot be bothered to do it anymore. But I was right about the verticality, so if you do go underground, you can get other types of colors. I was just not lucky enough to get the blue, but that's okay. And I'm gonna grab a little bit extra so that way we can make purple. Okay, I'm just... Oh, orange. I forgot about orange. There we go. Alright, that should be plenty. Just need to get this shulker of glass filled up here. And we should have everything we need. Alright, I put a little more sand in the furnace, but I think we have enough that we can get started here. Okay, I think I'm just gonna start with a stack of each and just see how far this gets me. Okay, I think I'm gonna start with the windows up there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start with the ones up here first. Oh no, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, I am liking it so far. I'm a little bit nervous doing this much color with glass. I've never done anything like this before. Oh, I hope it looks good. Ooh, I think that looks so good. Oh my gosh, okay. Hold on, I need to get the rest of the windows in. Alright, let me see. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, wait, I need free cam. Okay, wait, I need shaders. I need shaders. Oh my gosh, I wish the light that came through this did like a colored like reflection on the ground. Oh my gosh, look at it. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Oh, see, now I don't know what to do for down here because originally I had this gradient down here, but it was kind of like more horizontal. But then when I was playing around in creative, I didn't really like the way that the vertical gradient looked with the horizontal, so I might just do like a gradient, like continue this gradient downwards, so start blue at the top here and then go down to green, maybe? I think that might be the option. I think that might be what I do. Okay, let me get this side in. Let me get this side in. Oh my gosh, look how good it looks. Okay, I do want to hide some of the spore blossoms around here too to put some extra particles. I do have some of the firefly bushes under here. I think under each of these pots, but I think it has to be nighttime in order for those to come out, so they should be coming out soon. Or maybe it just needs to be dark in here. I'm not sure, but anyways, I want to put some spore blossoms into because I love those particles and I think it's gonna really give more of an atmosphere to this room rather than it just being a room. I am so obsessed with the way this turned out. I honestly was not planning on putting the glass in today, but it was actually a lot easier than I was expecting, and I really, really love it. And other than the exterior, the entire interior for this main room is pretty much done. I might just add a few more lights up there, but other than that, we're pretty much done for the entrance, which means that we can move on to some of the sides here and maybe this central area. I'm honestly not sure what I want to do next, but I could not be happier with the way that this turned out. Let me know down in the comments if you like it, if you like the gradient and the glass colors and the frogs. Oh my gosh. And once again, I would just like to apologize for the technical difficulties of this episode. I know you've heard me say it a billion times already. I genuinely was not expecting this, so sorry that this episode is going to be a day late. All of my issues, I believe, are now fixed, so we should be good to go for next week. But again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being patient with me, and I will see you again in the next episode.